Well, hello and welcome back to Riviera RC, and we are in the nice cosy shack. The weather's taken a bit of a turn, as it has been for the last few months. So I'm going to be in the shack doing some painting today. Now, these have already been done with primer. A lot of people I know don't like to do their painting during the winter because of it being cold and damp. But I've had the log burner, which is crackling away behind you. I've had that going for a good couple of hours. So it is toasty. And what I will be doing is putting a chair nearby and then putting each of these blocks while I'm doing the painting, and just letting it warm up. So these two have already been primed. This block here and also the cab, which is here, and the roof, which is here, those haven't been done yet. So I'm going to get those done with the white primer first. Another tip that I always do, which I know a lot of other people will do as well, I have, because I haven't got a kettle up here, I've got a mug and I've got a flask of really warm water. So I'll be putting the can in the mug, let it warm up and keep shaking it, and then we know that everything will be a higher pressure and the paint will be thinner, so you should get a better finish. And I'll be doing that with the paints as I go along as well. So I'm going to finish all of the primed bits first. Yeah. And then we'll come back to everything.
Yeah, now I know what some of you are going to be thinking. Oh, it's dusty as hell, and I've got the fans blowing on it. Well, I know I'm making a bit more work for myself with a bit of flatting down afterwards with the wet and dry, but yeah, so I've got some bits primered. They're drying, and then I've started to do the red bits. Now I need to go and look at the manual and see which bits are which, but we have a bit of colour.
Well, that's a lot of the red parts are over there, and they're the ones that are totally red. I've had to get the manual to figure out what else is needing to be red, and I'm thinking that the little bits that go across the grille, they need to be red. It'll come together eventually, but these were done in black plastic. Now, obviously, all the others were white plastic, so I'm going to need to give these probably another coat of the plastic primer, the white primer. So I'm going to leave these in here. I'm going to go up to my mug up here, which has got warm water in, and that'll sit up there for a few minutes, and then I can get all the black bits coated, one more coat, and that should keep them the same colour, because what I don't want to do is have it a little bit darker on those bits. Not that you would probably see it once it all comes together anyway, but then I was going to do the arches, because the arches will end up being red, as well as the bumper and the front skirt and everything going along the bottom. But I want to try and do it so that the ribs are white. But to do that, I'm thinking I need to obviously spray them white first, then mask off the bits. It may go completely pear-shaped, and then I can just go over the whole lot again. But I want to try and do that, so I want to do it all of these white first, and then mask them off once it's all completely cured before I put the red on, and then mask them. I mean, they are squared off on the edges, so can't be that difficult, surely. We shall see. We shall see. It's either that or I mask them off first, the areas, and no. I'm gibbering. Right, let's get that one and do all the other bits black, and then they can sit in front of the fire and get hard before they need to be sprayed. Yes. It's almost like I know what I'm doing.
Well, I don't know whether you can hear that, but it's absolutely throwing it down. But in here, it appears to be red. log burner. The fans are blowing everything over it. The door is shut, so there should be no dust on these, but I can feel the heat from here. So these have had 3 coats, so I'm going to sit them here for about half an hour now. Doesn't look too bad, but they will all be flatted down and they will probably all have another couple of coats. Now, let me take you over to the table.
Well, so far then, I've got through 3 cans of the primer for these parts, but there are still the interior parts. There are still all the accessories like the wing mirrors, and there's the mirror above the window, so you can see down the front, door handles, light bezels. So I'm going to need at least, I would say, probably another 2 cans. And now I've got to figure out what I am going to be doing in respect to the cab. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do everything that's here white to begin with, and then obviously I can mask off and do anything that I want red over the top of it. So yeah, I think I'm still going to do what I said with these arches with all the highlights on them. And if it does go pear-shaped, then I can just go over the top of it with red. So, without further ado, I am going to go back down the house, leave those red bits over there to dry, and go and have some tea. Yeah, I think I may then, after tea, come back up. I'm going to load the log burner up and keep that one ticking over, so I can come back up here after tea and, yeah, get on with the white stuff. I'm quite enjoying this, actually. Might get a bit more tedious when I've got to think that all of these parts will need to be sanded down before I then put other coats on. But I'm enjoying it. So I've still got a couple of cans of each left. Well, the white, I think I've got 3 cans left, and I've got 2 cans. I've just used the 1 can for all those bits. So yeah, right, enough waffle. Well, tea was good, although that was a couple of weeks ago. Slight issue. Everything was going fine and dandy, and I rubbed everything down with a good old wet and dry. And then I did another couple of coats. But unfortunately, it was a wet day and I didn't let the shack warm up enough. So you won't be able to see it here, but the red is a little bit pinky because we've got a bit of blooming going on because it was a little bit moist. Set myself right. I should have let it build up the heat in there a bit more. Anyway, I'm going to be flattening this back a little bit more, and then another couple of coats on a nice warm day, typically like it is today. Well, it's warm in comparison to how it has been. So I'm going to wrap it up there at my mistake, and we will come back hopefully once all the white is done and all the red is done and the lacquer is done, and then we can mock it up and see where we go from there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying my first go at these. I do have plans for another one, and that's way down the line, obviously. So yeah, take care, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will have an update on the chassis coming fairly shortly. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.